Moving on, a British judge has ruled that Julian Assange, the founder of the whistleblower website WikiLeaks, cannot be extradited to the United States to answer charges of hacking and theft of classified material because of the risk that he could commit suicide in US detention. Meanwhile, the US Justice Department called the British court's ruling to be disappointing. Our next report by Voice of America will give you all the details on this. Take a look.
Supporters of Julian Assange celebrated outside the London court as the judge ruled that he cannot be extradited to the United States.
Today's victory is the first step towards justice in this case.
The British judge concluded that Assange would have a fair trial at the US District Court in Alexandria, Virginia, and that he should answer the charges. But she ruled that Assange suffers from severe depression, and the conditions in which he would be jailed in almost solitary confinement meant that the United States prison system could not prevent him taking his own life.
This is an important win and a ruling that should be celebrated. But let's not forget that she also made some very problematic findings on the free speech aspects of this case.
Assange's lawyers argue the charges are politically motivated and that extradition would pose a threat to journalism, which the United States denies. Press freedom campaigners welcome the ruling. In 2010 and 2011, Assange oversaw the publication by WikiLeaks of tens of thousands of diplomatic cables and military reports relating to the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Assange says the leak exposed abuses by the US military, including this video purportedly showing the killing of Iraqi civilians. The US accuses Assange of hacking classified material that endangered national security and revealed the identity of US informants, which put their lives at risk. The British judge ruled that concerns over Assange's welfare trumped the US charges.
This is the third time this has happened with the United States trying to extradite people from the UK, and there have been cases where it has been closely fought for terrorism defendants as well.
The United States has appealed the ruling. It is possible that Assange could face prosecution in Britain.
I wouldn't rule out the United States and the UK cooperating to doing something like that, because it is the kind of thing they do on national security cases. These charges argued that Assange revealed coalition informant identities, not just US informant identities, which would be understood to include British informants.
Assange sought refuge in the Ecuadorian embassy in London in 2012 after facing accusations of rape in Sweden, a case that has since been dropped. He stayed there for 7 years until Ecuador allowed British police to arrest him in April 2019. He was then jailed for 50 weeks for breaching bail. For now, Assange is back in a London prison, pending a bail application in the coming days. The appeal process against the ruling could take several months or more. Henry Ridgewell for VOA News, London.